What's the name of Shanti? She just got married or had a baby or something, pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, she's pregnant by Nelly, but he needs to put a ring on it. He is taking his precious time.
All right now, Nelly. Nelly,
He
what
needs
does
to
Nelly
come on
sing?
with it.
Which one is Nelly? So many of them
From
rappers.
St. Louis.
It's
Gosh, I
getting
can't.
hot in here.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Well, it's too hot in there. It's getting hot in the house.
right.
She is
That's probably one
pregnant.
of his most popular ones.
Mhm.
Getting hot in here. Y'all know I don't be knowing people. That's like when I met Little Jock. I
Young Jock.
I called him Little Jock. I said, aren't you Little Jock? They wanted me to meet Little Jock, Young Jock.
Little Jock.
I said, I'm sorry, I don't know nothing you sing. Prophesied to him and everything. I said, I think I know his mama. Is his Mama D? Or that's Scrappy? No, Little Jock was on TV, hip hop. And I was like, yeah, I don't be knowing these people. They need to know me. Then but glad to be on. Hasn't this been an eventful day? This has
It
been
has.
it has been an incredible day. Um, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn. Did you guys enjoy the last session?
Yes, it was wonderful.
Great. Prophet Deonic called me. He was trying to give me his feedback. He was like, man, this is awesome. I was like, we just did the same thing last year.
She needs to be an outrageous ladies.
Does she?
Yeah, she's very inspiring.
We'll think about it. I'm pulling together my team of outrageous ladies people next year. That's a heavy plane ticket. But I'm super excited to be on here. I want to make sure everybody's getting in. I'm gonna add. Am I recording? So I need these cameras on because you're messing up my recording. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add a session tonight. Because I'm losing time, and I've got a whole lot more. So I'm gonna add a session tonight. We're done at 5. I'm gonna come back from 7 to 9, and I'm gonna talk about the tools that I use. Because somebody asked about the tools that you use for your business. I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the tools that you need, because like when you're hearing me talk about it, you heard Shalana talk about it, using a mailing list. No, a lot of folks don't know what tools to use and how to build a mailing list. And so like if you notice, I've not sent out any text messages. All that's been done via email. You're getting the links, they're going out automatically. You know what I mean? Because I just built a separate list with this group of people. And I'm going to talk about that, building a list, segmenting that list, and having those systems, because you got to have a mailing list. Tell your neighbor, you have to have a mailing list. You got to have a mailing list. It's necessary. It's definitely important. Originally, when we scheduled this, we were supposed to have like 3 full days, well, 2 full days and then a brunch. And so we're kind of, now that we're virtually, we're kind of cramming some things in. Tomorrow morning, I've got Joseph Hackett, who's early on in the day, and I do want to make sure I give him as much time as possible, because he's talking about. I didn't expect Shalena's time to go as long, but he's talking about she was ready to talk on. She was like, "I'm just surprised y'all don't have more questions." I'm like, I think they got. I was trying to say you're throwing me behind schedule, but listening to Hackett is going to give you some tools that are going to really, really help you advance in funding. And I think we called that session finding opportunities or beyond opportunities, navigating the financial funding process of the government. So these are things that we're going to be looking into. These are things that are going to be necessary. So tonight, 7 to 9, I'm going to do a session about the tools that I use and kind of help navigate you into some other tools. Oh, I don't start till 5. We do like 8 to 9:30. Y'all cool with that? Is y'all cool with that? Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Yes.
What's the time? Sorry, say it again.
8 to like 9:30.
I should still be awake. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's it.
So I know some of y'all plan on going to the club tonight and all that. You know, I think your money is more important than spending money at the club. Amen. Lights. Y'all was going to the club. Y'all not be going to the club anyway. You're saved. Had enough club up here today. Y'all know, let me tell you something. One thing about that Loretta, she probably the oldest one in the room, but she gonna dance. You hear me?
Mhm.
She is gonna dance. Loretta's a party. That's that Virgo anointing.
Dr. Virgo, and
The
that's
music
just
is,
loving music.
yeah, that music has been hot today.
Mhm.
Got you. But yeah. So we're going into seasons. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I want to talk about the big opportunity. One of the things, and I'll get into this a little bit in this too, your genius zones. Well, hello, friend. Yeah, there's a little friend creeping into the camera. If I want to see her, she's just creeping over there. Burp, burp, burp. I'm going to talk about your zone of genius today, and I'm going to get into this session. Right now, I want to talk about change. I want to talk about 8 steps for leading change. You're going to have to define your new life. You're going to have to define your world. Now, at any moment you get lost, we are on Zoom. If you hit AI companion, it'll be able to tell you to catch me up, and you can catch up. And I would encourage you guys to get you a little note taker. This little guy right here, I have my little assistant takes notes, and you'll get this in the email, a summary of all the sessions when you're on Zoom. But I want to talk about a methodology that is proven. It's a proven approach to produce lasting change, because I think change is very much necessary in your life. If you're going to see change happen, then you're going to have to do some things differently. Do some things differently. And so there are different methods of change that we deal with, and creating lasting change. I've been studying on individual change versus team change versus organizational change, because people change differently. So their response to change is going to be totally different. If you want to live a different life, then you got to do some change. You got to change some things. William Murphy had a song that says, "I'm going through changes." They said they wanted to change, but in order to change, you got to go through some changes. You got to be different. If you dare to be different, you'll produce different. You'll accomplish different in your life. You are the difference, right? You are the level of difference that you need in your world and in your life. And so oh no, that's enough time. 2 hours is enough time. You are the difference that you need in your world and in your life. So how do you navigate change? How many of you here are afraid of change? How many of you are afraid of change?
I'm not afraid, but I'm not fond of it.
Okay, talk about that. Why are you not fond of change?
Um, I know that change is good, that it's inevitable, that it's dynamic, but the process that you have to go through, I'm just not an early adopter with a lot of things that change. I'm a processor. So I can almost perceived as being resistant when I'm not. I'm just hesitant in having to get into the flow.
Got you. How would you like to be able to accelerate that process of change?
That would be awesome. Because then I'm not resistant and it moves faster. And part of my hesitance making me move forward slow probably is why I don't like change. It takes me longer to adapt. And so I'm struggling with something that's going to happen no matter what.
Got you. Got you. Anybody else? Somebody says, I'm not afraid of change. I just don't adapt well, but want to change that. Yeah. How many of you are not afraid? You just don't adjust to change well. You're used to your little system. You're used to doing things your way. That's why some of you are single, because you're used to doing things I like my hair color blue. And so to have somebody else come in here tell me they want my hair to be red, I do things, I'm doing things different. Change is
Prophet.
Yes.
I was gonna say I'm not afraid of change, but I am a systems girl just because I have administrative gifting.
Mhm.
So I mean I'm here in Georgia, so I'm definitely not afraid to change, but it does take some time to process the change because for me there has to be an order,
Mhm.
and I do believe that has hindered my growth in some areas.
Got you. I understand that. That sometimes the systems affect the way you view change. The way change functions in your life, right? Sometimes there
Yes,
is
sir.
but I
I'm
think
driving, so I'm trying to be obedient
no
and be
problem.
hands free.
There are oftentimes, I think a lot of people don't realize that there is a system to change. There is a system to change. Change happens in a system. That's why that's not. Change happens in a system. There's a certain functionality that goes with change. There's a certain system to change. And if you can get that system down pat, you can apply that system to any area of your lives, any area of your world. And so I'm going to give you these 8 steps that I believe are actually the Cotter Institute developed this 8-step process for accelerating change. And it's really a foundation. Dr. Cotter observed countless leaders and organizations as they were trying to transform or execute their strategies. He identified and extracted the common success factors and documented them as 8 steps for leading change in any area of your life or your organization. Number 1 is creating a sense of urgency. Now, if you're in an organization, how many of you have an organization or a business that needs, if your business is going to grow, then things have got to change. Shalane has already said it. She said, hey, I had to go get me a nanny. I had to go get me a nanny. I had to get some support. Because if I didn't get no support, I was going to run myself crazy. And she had to prioritize. In this season, what is a priority to you? What are your priorities? You talked about the 3 major things that you wanted to accomplish this year in 2024. What is a priority there, right? What's a priority? And how urgent is it to get there? So I said, you got 3 things that you want to accomplish, and then 3 decisions you need to make to accomplish these 3 things. What is the priority there? What should be your main focus? And oftentimes, many of us, I'm gonna step on your toes right here. We focus on the wrong things when we need to change. Right? We focus on the wrong things when we need to change. You focus on trying to eat when you need to be fasting. You want change, you want to lose 25 pounds, but you focus on that Big Mac. If you're still eating, let me tell you something. If you still eating as Bryce says, stop it. You still eating Big Macs, cut it out. The Big Mac ain't Big Macing no more. You focus on the wrong thing. That's why I said, hey, I'm going to throw a wrench into your schedule. I know many of you probably got weekend plans. You ready to turn down for turn down for what? You ready to do your little dancing and all that? But what's most important? Is your future more important than your entertainment? Because your brain has been wired to be invest in entertainment. Is sleep more important than success? You want to focus on a relationship when you should be building your life. Because the further you are in life, the more equipped you are for your relationship. Oh, I want to, they got what they call them now, kingdom marriages and what they call that thing. It's kingdom marriage and it's prodigal husbands, prodigal spouse. Lord, go give me a kingdom spouse. Well, you're not ready because you're not producing the kingdom. So if I want something in my life to change, I've got to first create a sense of urgency in my world for something different. If you're leading an organization, you've got to inspire people or to inspire you, to inspire people to act with passion and purpose to achieve a bold, aspirational opportunity. How inspired are you to change? You know, we were talking about some of the trauma in life, and oftentimes it's trauma that gets you up. I used to tell people, honey, a cold night and a hungry night will make you create a job. Being in a place where you almost get ready to lose your house, it'll make you pay your rent. Come on. Hello. Being hungry will make you learn how to manage or budget your money. You will take prosperity over pleasure. Because you're saying, hey, I may need to do this different. I may need to do my time different to get the results that I want to achieve. A lot of us, we want results now. So if you want to get those results, you got to create a sense of urgency. You got to awaken your passion and purpose to achieve a bold, aspirational opportunity. Build momentum that excites not only you, but the people around you to pursue a compelling and clear vision of a future together. Create urgency. Number 2, you got to build a guiding coalition. Change oftentimes has to be managed. And you cannot manage change without having the right team or the right squad. Who is your change squad? Tonight, I want you to sit down and I want you to develop a change squad. Like, this is where I want my life to be. Who's going to be on my squad to help me get there? Trust me, and already you don't want me on your change squad. You don't want me. I'm like, master, I got a big old whip. Oh, well, you said you wanted to be a millionaire, not a huh? Said you wanted to be a millionaire. You didn't say you wanted to be poor. So you told me, don't tell me you have a vision and expect me not to make sure you get there. Who's on your change squad? Who's a part of your coalition of people who are holding you accountable? Woo, we don't like that accountable word. Holding you accountable to what you said. Hello. Who have you invited to the table to be what I would call your personal board of directors? Who are you accountable to? Who's your personal board of directors? A volunteer network needs a coalition of committed committed people born of its own ranks to guide it, coordinate it, and communicate its activities. You need guidance. Who do I need on my board of directors? I need guides. And I don't just need any guide. I need people that can steer me in the right direction. Ooh, I'm running out of time. I need guides. I need guidance. I need order on my board of directors. Who's going to help bring order to my world? Because, oftentimes we are out here in chaos and we think chaos is okay. The world has taught us. Do y'all live in the world I live in? This new world has taught us that chaos is okay. Chaos is not okay. Let's just be honest. I know, hood ratchet is the new normal. It is not okay. It should be not, even though it is somebody else's normal, it should never be your normal. Okay? Even though it's somebody else's normal, it should never be your normal. It should never be chaos. You should never live in a chaotic realm. Why? Because you have people who are pulling you back when you feel like going left. They're saying go right. One of the things about Shalana, we didn't really get a lot into this, but I was telling Dion, I've been in every part of that business. I've been there. I was there at Creative Purposes. As a matter of fact, when she started Brightology, the blog, she met with me at Starbucks and she told me, she said, you took this 3-year vision and turned it into 30 days. Where she thought she would be in 3 years, she ended up in 30 days. Then she did the show. She met with me again and we hashed that out. Why? Because she considered me a strategist. I was on her personal board of directors. Who's on your team? I'm not talking about the folks that work for you. I'm talking about the people that hold you accountable to your vision. You want to lead, but you don't want anybody to hold you accountable. Quiet in here. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. I can't take it so hot. I'm going to take my clothes off. Y'all getting quiet. It's getting hot in here. You need somebody to say, oh, no, nigga. No. You wrong. You need somebody that make you look at risk from a different perspective. When you want to risk it all, You need somebody to say you worked too hard to get here, to give up. You've worked too hard to build this. And oftentimes we want people that cater to our emotions. Honey, you don't need nobody catering to your emotions. You need somebody who knows how to pull you to the next level. Number 2, you got to form a strategic vision. What is your strategy? Clarify how the future will be different from the past and get buy-ins for how you can make that future a reality through initiatives linked directly to your vision. How is tomorrow going to be better than today? How is 24 going to be different? I know we sing it, and I know you're hearing all the open door, and I know Jesus the door. We heard Jesus the door, 5, 7, 8, 4. I'm walking through the open door. I know we got songs. How is this next year going to be different? Because if you don't correct your year now, you'll recreate the worst seasons of your life. Clarify how the future will be different from the past and get buy-ins for how you can make the future a reality through your initiatives. What steps are you going to take to make this a better year? What are you going to do? What are you going to do to make more money? What are you going to do to have better relationships? What are you going to do to be happier? I want to talk about happiness and finding your zone of genius a little bit later, but if you can't, there's nothing externally that can make you happy if you're not fulfilled internally. And oftentimes we make the mistake of running after stuff externally, when really the real problem is not other people. The real problem is us. The real problem is there's no real vision. The real problem, there's no real plan. Like, I'm just doing stuff just to be doing it. There's nothing. What is this leading to? You've got to be very strategic in your planning and in your vision in the new year. This is why, Shay mentioned the vision board, or I call it a vision book, or you can have a vision board depending on how you want it. This is why, because you're aiming towards something, not just I'm out here living life and wherever the way, y'all know how y'all do what they call it, free. You're fluid, you're liquid, you're what did Chanel tell me to say? You however the wind blows. Honey, this is not Little House on the Prairie. This is your world you're talking about here. And if you don't make preparations for your own life, you will jack yourself up. I'm sorry, let me say it a different way. You will allow other people to jack you up because you didn't have a plan. If you don't have a plan, somebody else has a plan for you. Number 4, enlist an army of volunteers who now you have your accountability. Now you have those who are willing to work and assist you. Some of you, if you got a business, wherever you are in your business, you need interns. Can't afford to pay people right now. You can hardly afford to pay yourself. Find free employee. You never find free employee. Chan ching. Chan chan chan. No, find free employee. Find some people that will invest in you, that value you. Large-scale change can only occur when massive numbers of people rally around a common opportunity. Take your business, for example. We'll take Chanel. Chanel's got this event coming. How do I make this event better? How many tickets do you need to sell, Chanel?
I'm on my laptop Prophet, sorry. I'm used to being on my phone for the Zoom. But 80 tickets is the max. So
You
that's
need
my
about
goal. My
okay.
goal is 80. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. So do you know 80 people that'll buy tickets from you?
Personally, no, probably not on a personal level, but I do know more people. Um, I would say a community of people that I've
Mhm.
met over the years, of like friends of friends, or like my network of people. They
Mhm.
would be more supportive, which the truth is they'll usually support you faster than your friends and family will.
Mhm. It's not about who you know.
Hmm.
It's about who knows you. Oftentimes we push out to the people we know. Can I give you a trade secret? Deliver yourself or give the people who are around you permission not to support you. Give them permission. Now, don't give none of y'all permission not to support me. Y'all better support me. No. But give the people closer, give them permission not to support you. Because if everybody you knew supported you the way you wanted to support you, if let's say you had 80 tickets and you only knew 30 people. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Dr. Hill, how are you? Sorry, that was get the people around you permission not to support you. Who who don't know you? Who knows? Who do the people in your network know? And then find those volunteers. We're having this challenge at the daycare. I mean, the lab now, and I was up last night. They were talking to me about the event, and I was saying, sometimes it's not the board. The board is the board. It's not the board. It's about the people who have the passion about what you're doing. Somebody has a passion for you, and you may not even know them, or they may have a passion for what you're passionate about, and you might not even know them. But you're busy trying. You over here mad because Jimmy John over here, your cousin in them, ain't supposed. Sometimes the best representation of you is not your cousin in them. It's not Big Mama. Come on here. Get on a large scale, change can happen when you get a community. What if Chanel found an army of volunteers that'll say, hey, we're going to canvas, we're going to take 800, she need 80, we're going to take 800 flyers, handbills, and we're going to get them around all in the city. We're going to canvas the neighborhood. We're going to knock on doors. What if they took 1,000 or 8,000 flyers? She wouldn't be able to hold them. And then, or what if 8 people invited 10 of their closest friends and 5 of them responded? She's halfway there. Who's on your volunteers? Do you know one of the main reasons why you don't get the sales that you want to get, and you don't get the engagements you want to get, you don't get the platform you want to get, is because you have people that you've not had enough ask. You don't have enough people telling you no yet. Where are your volunteers? At an individual level, they must want to actively contribute. Stop running behind people that don't want to contribute. Your child does not want the family business. And you say, I'm building this for my children. Honey, find you some folk that see you as an opportunity. Who sees me? Ask yourself, what kind of person sees me as an opportunity for growth? Who wants my mentorship? Maybe it's not your kid. Maybe it's not your sister or your brother or your best friend. Maybe they want to stay in the hood. Collectively, they must be unified in the pursuit of achieving the goal together. It's not a project, it's a movement. It's a journey. Find people that you can say, hey, join me. Follow me. Hey, follow me. I'll make you a fisher of man. You follow me, I'm going to make you a millionaire. Follow me. Jesus said, hey, follow me, I'll make you a fisher of men. I just never really looked at it that way, but I think that's one of the greatest self-help pitches. Follow me, I'll make you a millionaire. Follow me, you'll have sales. I'll prove it to you. Kiana came. Let me see if I got that graphic. Got the graphic. Pull up the graphic. Got to pull up the graphic. Got to pull up the graphic. Because I think, Kiana, when did you come to us?
I want to
You look like
say
you were having a party. When did you come to us?
November of last year.
So you've been here for an entire year.
Yeah.
Last year, you came and you were doing what, the King and Queen Experience?
The King and Queen Experience is the parent company. I was gonna launch Queen Flamingo for the lip gloss.
Queen Flamingo.
Yeah.
Okay. And what happened?
He said it was like a strip club. He said it reminds you.
I'm
It was
brutally
like
honest.
Instagram trendy. That it needs, the logo needs to be changed and everything. So, even though I wanted to start as lip gloss, it was going to be lip gloss and skincare, and so that's why I just end up rebranding the whole entire thing, rebranding the logo, name. But still keeping my logo that I did pay for and graphic for just a line that I'll produce in the summer.
Mm-hmm. You kept it to produce a line for the summertime.
Mm-hmm. Like just a line of lip glosses, yeah.
A line of lip glosses. But how long have you tried to do this business?
I started in 2020.
Okay, so you started in
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah, I started in 2020 when I used to work overnight in the hospital. I used to research everything. So I started the business and did my LLC, everything in December of 2020.
And
I
what
was
have
still
you
in Houston, but God said it was going to be in Atlanta. So I did everything in Atlanta.
You were going to be in Houston.
No, I was in Houston.
Okay. You were in Houston, but the Lord says you're going to be in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And in 12 months with us, because it's not just me, it's the community. I wasn't the only one that said something about this flyer.
No.
I think the community was like, can y'all see that? Community was like, to God be the glory, Kiana. Y'all remember that? It doesn't look bad.
Well, because the lip gloss is going to be like a holographic lip gloss. I wanted it to look like that. So that's why, yeah.
It's still giving me like casino vibes. It's giving me like Caesar's Palace. I mean, it doesn't look bad. But compared to what you have now, you've launched a brand, and you launched that brand because you had people that rallied with you to support you. Now, what have you accomplished in that brand in the last 12 months? Well, you launched, it's not even been 12 months.
Yeah, because
has it been?
It's only been 4.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me pull up my square. Yeah, it's been 4 months. So within that, I mean, we did pop-up events. We do Atlantic Station. We've met a lot of vendors. While I was at Atlantic Station, I ended up getting a video, shot that's on my page now there for content. My online sales is slow, but I know that's because I need more online presence. It could be partly my fault. Um, but I'm sorry. Let me pull this up real fast. Here. Okay. So I have approximately been open for 4 months in 1 week. I have averaged 87 sales. We've made over almost $4,000 for our company. So I think we're okay. I wish I was doing more, but yeah,
So you've been open how many months?
4 months.
So from a numbers perspective, you're at about $1,000 a month.
Yeah, we usually make $1,000 an event, like between 1,000 to 13.
Mm-hmm. And you've done 4,000 in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
You really haven't done any advertising, which I think it's commendable. When I get into scaling tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about this, I don't want to get off course, but it's not always about, most entrepreneurs think about profit. Okay. It's not about how profitable you are. When I look at a customer, I've got to know I'm looking at how much of your money you're giving to me. Does that make sense? So, Tamika, you drink Starbucks? Who drinks Starbucks in here? How much, Chanel, how much do you put in your budget a month for Starbucks or for coffee?
Oh goodness, I'm not on that level of Starbucks drinking to have a actual budget for it. But I know some people they probably might spend $50+ a month just for Starbucks.
So if you spend, let's say that Kiana, has the microderm thing that I use. What's that thing called? Microderm cleanser. How much is
Yeah,
that?
microderm cleanser, $29.
So if it's $29, if my budget for skincare products is $100 a month, and I'm only giving you $29 from a profitability perspective, I am making a profit, but I'm not as profitable as I should be because there's still about $70 of money left on the table. Did y'all see that? Do y'all see that? So now when you're looking at customers, you've got to look from a different perspective, that it's not necessarily about more customers. It's about how much of my money, where is my customer spending this money? If you got $300 in grocery, and like we separate our groceries, so Walmart gets a certain amount, Publix gets a certain amount, Sprouts gets a certain amount. Well, if I'm only getting 25% of your grocery money, then I may need to do some. What do I need to do different to get more of your money? To stop you from getting to Walmart, stop you from going to Sprouts. What Starbucks does is this. Starbucks gives you these rewards, so you upload your money into like a Starbucks savings account. So you'll pass by, and I've seen myself do this. I'll look at my thing and I say, well, hey, I'm gonna pass by Dunkin' Donuts and go to Starbucks. I'll go the extra amount to go to Starbucks because I don't have to cut my cards on. All I got to do is, the money is already there. It's already there, right? It's already available. So I don't have to do anything extra. You just need to scan because I've already uploaded the money. So they get more of my money than their competitors get. But I love it. So you made 4,000 4 months. Everybody give Kiana a hand. I think that's commendable. And I think you need to know that there are companies that don't make that. There are companies that don't make. Shalana didn't talk about this. She kind of skipped over it. She in them first couple of years of HBCU legacy, she wasn't making no money. She had a good vision. She had grants, and she never really talked about the sales that she was getting. And now she's getting pretty well. Belk kind of buys distribution from a different perspective. But you got to put an army behind what you're doing. You need a machine behind you if you're going to grow. Who supports you? You've got to turn your customers into you got to be almost like Tiffany Montgomery. You got to be like a cult. You need a Beyonce type following. You need a cult following that believes in what you're producing if you're going to be successful in 24. What makes Beyonce different is not her talent. I mean, she's okay. She's okay. There are tons of people that can outperform her, outsing her. Yeah, it's the Beehive. It's the people that are brainwashed to follow her. They go into the movie theaters. And I was going to go to the movie theater, but I don't want to. I need to rent the theater out to watch it myself. I don't want to be in there with them singing. I want to see you twerking. Well, I'll try. I want to see Beyonce twerk. I don't want to see you twerk and you getting up and you a man. You up here gyrating. I don't want to see all that. Beehive is weird. Y'all up here, they turn to a whole party and you dance and I can't watch the movie in peace. They went to the concert, now they're going to the theaters. It's not because she's doing something that nobody else is doing. Taylor Swift is not that great, even though I love Taylor Swift. It's the machine. Build you an army, Chanel. Build you an army behind what you're doing. Your army will determine your success. Jules has a clothing line, right? She's got a clothing line that it's really dope. I really probably should get one of those t-shirts for next week. I need something to wear next week. But it's a really dope line. She showed us some of her graphics. What if she had an army behind it? There's no difference in her and God is Good. What is the name of that guy? Is it God is Good? The one that everybody be wearing with the little box on it from Atlanta. They're not even saved. I know him. He's not saved. He was dating my sister's friend. God is dope. God is dope. God is good. I'm getting tired. God is dope. What's the difference in her and him? They probably printing the same thing. Ain't nothing special about them shirts. It's a box with God is dope in it. There is nothing dope about the box. It's the army. Who's a part of your machine? If you're a nonprofit, I was telling our nonprofit board the other day, I said, it's the problem. We don't have a money problem. I know y'all keep saying money, 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 money. Oh, we need more money. Oh, if we have better money, we can get a staff. Or if I have better money, we can get marketing. If we have more money. And I said, you keep crying about money, 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 money. I said, but we need a machine. We need an army. Who is a part of your army? That's what you got to figure out. You cannot wait till January. Right now, we're in December. There's a pond we're in right now. Everybody's in the same pond. Everybody's in this Christmas pond. When January come in, all of a sudden, everybody's gonna have a business. Oh my God, I got a revelation. They're gonna be trying to start their business in January. You watch domain registrations, incorporation registrations are gonna go up. Everybody's gonna have a website. I'm coming out. Everybody's gonna be doing a photo shoot. Everybody's gonna be losing weight. Honey, if you want to lose weight now. I said the other day, I said yesterday morning, I said, you know what, my Christmas gift, I'm gonna give myself the gift of teeth. My Christmas gift to myself, I'm gonna give myself, my friends is doing it. One friend is giving himself hairline for Christmas. He going all the way to Turkey to get a hairline. Another one's he said, I'm turning 40. I'm gonna give myself the gift of being skinny. He said, I'm going into 2024 skinny. So I'm gonna give myself the gift of teeth, give myself the gift of a Joel Osteen smile. Right? I'm not gonna wait. I've got to build it now. Who needs to be on your team? Who's your tribe? Right? I'm taking time there because you got to really understand that your tribe is important. Your tribe is very, 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 very important. Who's hungry for what you have and who's hungry about supporting you? Because those are the people like Beyonce that are going to help you build and grow. And watch this. If you are going to grow at the rate you want to grow, you cannot do it by yourself. You're going to need the support. So not only am I building my volunteers, but who's going to help me administratively? Write this down. Who do I need in my life to help me fulfill my future? Everybody you need. You begin to make, you need to treat your life and you need to treat your business life like it's an organization. In my life, I need a maid. Like we have a maid. I need a maid. We're busy. Need a maid. I need a driver now. We about to need a chef. Because we don't need to eat out all the time. That's why we can't lose weight. Always eating out. So we need somebody that can meal prep for us. Who do you need in your life? I need an assistant. I need 3 assistants. I need an executive. I need a virtual, and I need a personal. I need a nanny. Who do you need? You need to write that out and ask God to fill the positions. That's your vision board. Everybody vision boards. Oh my God, it was on my vision board. Oh my God, the car of my dreams. We tell you to envision your car. Have you envisioned your staff? Uh-oh. Y'all not gonna like this. Tell your neighbor, you're not gonna like this. Because the majority of y'all single anyway. You can envision your man. But have you envisioned your team? How you have a vision for a man and you don't have a vision for a team? You need people that unify in the pursuit that you're trying to achieve. Write down, what do I need? Who do I need to help me achieve this goal? Right? Number 3 was form a strategic vision. Number 4, enlist a volunteer army. Number 5, enable actions by removing barriers. Enable actions is 444. Money, you know my name. Come to me now in Jesus' name. You shut up. Remove the obstacles that slow things down or create roadblocks to your success and your progress. Paul put it this way: you was running well. You was doing real good. Who hindered you? What are the obstacles? Who are the obstacles to your success? Clear the way for people to innovate and generate impact quickly in your life. What obstacles are barriers into your future? What's slowing down your success? Who's slowing down your success? Some of you got a heliphone instead of a telephone. I'm reading your text messages right now. Don't show me these messages. Woo. Woo. If I picked up your phone right now and went through it, would you be scared that I was holding it? Mama Shay, they quiet. But if I picked up your phone, would I see progress or depress? What are obstacles? Your community sometimes can be an obstacle. You ever had that friend that really didn't understand what you're doing? They were like, "Oh, you need to come go out with us." Oh, you can do that later, because they don't see the value of your business. Your business is not big. Your business is not as prosperous. And so because they don't understand the value, sometimes it can even be your spouse. What barriers do you have to remove so that you can be free? Is your job hindering you? Do I need to make a exit plan? Do I need to make an exit plan so I can stop dating my vision and really marry my vision? Do I need an exit plan so I can stop dating my vision and marry my vision? Okay. Number 6, generate short-term wins. What are my short-term wins for the year? I think $4,000 is a good win. Well, it's not $1 million. Well, I mean, everybody would be like at 40,000 a month, but you just made somebody's salary. An extra $1,000 a month is a good win. What generates short-term win? Wins are the molecules of results. Shaky. Wins are the molecules of results. They must be recognized, collected, and communicated early and often. Small wins matter. So begin to generate short-term wins. Make a list of the short-term things. I want to make 6 figures. Well, hey, when I wanted to make 6 figures, honey, when I got to 8,500, when I got to 8,500 a month, I was shouting. I was shouting at 5,000 a month because I didn't have it. I wasn't making $5,000. I was shouting at 750 a month or 7,500 a month. I shouted at 100,000 a month. Why? Because I had never seen it before. Every win on the journey matters. Don't look at it, because you will discourage yourself trying to say, well, hey, I only made $4,000. And I'm sitting here saying, well, you didn't make this. You made nothing last year in your business. How much you make last year? Nothing. And you mad because you made 4,000 in 4 months? That's what I tell people. How much you made trade? How many of you trade in here? We all trade together, and all y'all see us in that investment group. And I be texting the people, and they be texting me about trading. And they be like, "Oh my God, honey, you lost 200 last week. You just made 1,000, but they made 10,000. You lost 200 last week. You made more than your job paid you today. Hello. Let me tell you a little secret to make some extra money. If you can make $200 to $1,000 a month extra in investing, that's a good course. Wouldn't you say so, Joyce?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I missed her comment. Joyce said, when I was acting, no one took it seriously. When I had to go over my lines, we didn't even get to that part with Shalana. Shalana was they were acting, and I don't want to. Let's just say some people didn't take it seriously, and then the kids were acting until they didn't take it seriously, until Gerbert called with the first child, and they did the Gerbert commercial, that baby, and the baby was getting $10,000 checks in the mail. Everything is major. My son takes swim class. I take it seriously. So we go every week. I take it seriously. It's a struggle, but I go. He wanted to cancel the class. I go. Why? Because he might be Michael Phelps. I hope that's his name. Your small win matters. Track your progress and energize your team to persist. Give yourself, it doesn't just bring energy to you, it brings energy to those supporting you. And if you got folks on your team that are looking down on your small wins, you need to get rid of them. They're here for the high rise. They're not here for the long haul. Woo. Woo. What Prophet Dion say? Number 7, sustain acceleration. Sustain acceleration. Press harder after the first successes. Okay, we got 4,000. Now, how do we get to 4,000 a month? Kiana, Rachel, how do we get to 4,000 a month?
Hold on. Sorry, say
We
that
get
again.
4,000 in a quarter, right?
Uh-huh.
How do we get to 4,000 a month? How do we turn that quarter into a month?
More advertisement, putting more time, like focusing. I'm gonna start scheduling time for like KQ Beauty. So like if it's an hour a day, I'm gonna have to be more consistent about that. And doing more events.
Be more consistent. Consistency is competency. Incompetent people cannot be consistent. Okay. Consistency is competency. Incompetent people cannot be consistent. You need to know that. So how do you be consistent? I need to be consistent. Consistency works. It's why Beyonce's Beyonce. She's consistent. She creates habits. I'm running out of time, man, a lot of time. Your increasing credibility can improve systems, structures, and policies. Be relentless with igniting change after change until the vision is a reality. John Hamm says the way that you can guarantee success in a difficult change is to not skip any of the steps or the learnings. You've got to stay in the process. I know you want to skip through, but you got to master. You're not trying to get something one time. You need to master the process. Mastery is very important. And then number 8, institute change. Institute change. Articulate the connections between new behaviors and organizational success or life success. A shift in your behavior can shift your life. Right? So when you notice success coming from a shift, then what do? You institute change. Making sure they continue until they become strong enough to replace old habits. How many of you have identified the habits you need to get rid of? How many of you identified the habits, or do you need to identify the habit? Does that need to be your homework? What habits do I need to get rid of? What habits in my life are costing me my success? What habits am I experiencing in life that's costing me my success? You having a problem with money, you have money failure problems, then you need to go check out the habits in your money. You have a hard time finding positions, then you need to go check out the habits when it comes to that position in your career. What kind of career habits? What kind of life habits? Some of you, you can't be like the dog. The Bible talks about a dog that goes back to its vomit. Goes back and picks up old habits in new seasons. That's disgusting. Never go back to old habits when you're in a new season. Because what's happened is old habits cause you to drop levels. Let me get y'all out of here because y'all about to throw tomatoes at me. Joyce says, me in trading risk management, I'm working on a plan. I'm unlearning some things and trading open-minded to new knowledge. Yeah. Because for every new season, you've got to have new knowledge. Evaluate systems and processes to ensure management practices reinforce the new behaviors, mindsets, and ways of working you invest. I'm sorry, in the ways of working that you invested in. I'm still learning how to manage my money on this new level. Yeah. If not, you'll be stuck on the same level over and over again. Because God doesn't give you what you want, he does what? He gives you what you can manage.
Yeah, I was never taught to like budget or anything my whole life. So this is the first time in my life I had to budget.
It is necessary. Budgeting. How many of you have budgeting problems? Raise your hand. Are you? It's not really, but you have a sorting problem in your house. It's knowing how to sort. And when you've gone through a change in life, Keisha talked about this earlier. When you lose 50 to what she say, 60% of your income in your household, and now everything's got to change. Be like, woo. I've got to learn how to remanage. I've got to learn to put some things in place that'll shift my world and my future. What kind of processes do I need to reinforce my new behaviors? So I want you to begin to sit down and begin to introduce new behaviors in your world. What new behaviors do I need to introduce? Having a kid, how many of you raise kids? Having a kid, and this is the first time I've had a kid with me 24 hours a day since I was a kid. But raising kids is very interesting. Very interesting. New behaviors. Creating new behaviors to match the new systems for your life. Creating new mindsets. If you're still thinking the old way, then you're going to be back in the old trauma. If you're still thinking in the old way, you're going to be back in the old trauma. You're going to be back in the same old. You're going to repeat the same old cycles. And they call them generational curses. I call them generational decisions. A lot of them the same old cycles over and over again. Because even though it's like cleaning your house, the more space you have in a house, the harder it is to keep it clean. So every time you move, you've got to create a new system, a new strategy to adjust those spaces. You got to have a new mindset. It requires a new behavior. Every time you drive a new car, it requires a new mindset. You can't drive a Benz like you drive a Toyota. It don't work. It don't work like that. The Benz is too heavy. You drive a Porsche like you driving that Toyota, you're going to be crying. You've been running over the potholes. You get in the Porsche and start running over potholes, you're going to be crying when you got to pay for them $2,000 tires. I know, because I've been there. I had to replace tires on a car. $2,000 I was like, whoa, what did I get myself into, Holy Spirit? What did I get? Why you ain't tell me this before I got the car? It was going to cost this much to get it fixed. You got to change your mindset. You got to change your mentality. Embrace the change. What change do I need to embrace? What habits do I need to dismiss so that I can embrace something new in the new year? I want to be in a whole new world. If you were married last year and you're single this year, you got to get a new mindset. If you were single last year, you're married this year, you got to have a new mindset. if you are working a job and you got a new job, you got to have a new mindset, because no man enters the same river twice. There's always a place for growth and change. All right, any questions? Woo! I better let y'all go, because Joyce says I'm learning spreads so I could make money while working when I cannot day trade. Yeah. Spreads are important. Having those things are important.
Yeah, I'm making some changes so I can so while I'm working I can make money. So it's another form of trading. You can trade spreads instead of, it allows you, I'm sorry, I don't know if you wanted me to talk right now, but it
No,
allows
go
you
ahead.
to you could trade in a range. It don't have to be like a certain I want to say a certain number that
Right.
you are for. It's like two, not like you your 275. Like if your next level, your level, sorry, the level is 275, you don't have to necessarily go to 275. You can have like a range. It's like a range when you trade spread. So I don't have to like, and I could watch it while I could possibly watch it while I'm at work. But that's why I am working on the risk management system, because that is one of the things that's hindering my trading a lot. The fear of losing so much money, and then when I get in a trade I lose money, so it kind of discouraged me. Or okay, I get in this trade, I make a little money, but I want to trade more contracts. So in order for me to trade more contracts, I have to work on my discipline, my risk management. That's the only way I'm going to get to the next level. And I feel like that's what God is telling me. Like last week, I was like, I literally for the last 3 weeks, I've been just basically on the charts, learning different strategies. And one of the things I did was start working on risk management. The way I did it, I was like, well, I know, I look at the option chain, I know different prices of the contract usually are. So I can work that risk management in those contracts. And I could kind of know how they will move. So the way they move, I can set up a risk management strategy for that and the different prices. So when I get into that contract, and it might be like $200 for that contract, $150, I could already set a strategy. So now I'm not worried about how much money I'm gonna lose, because I already know what my risk management is, and I know how to maneuver in the trade. And I know where I'm gonna get out at, even if people, because people say that, you need to leave room, but sometimes the room is not necessary because you lose more. And if you get out early and you don't lose as much, you can re-enter the trade at a better strike or a better area. So that's what I've been working on.
And I think it's necessary. And I think in order to embrace something new, you've got to be willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
And that risk, the risk, even in learning, most people deal, I didn't talk about this today, but most people deal with even anxiety when it comes to learning and it comes to change, because they're stepping into something new. But embracing the new so that I can get the better is what's necessary,
Yeah, I don't have a problem learning. Once I put my mind to something, I'm gonna go for it. And if I gotta learn something new, I'll find ways to learn. I'll push myself. I'll be like my brain, what do I say? I'm stretching my brain. So I stretch my brain all the time.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. One of the things that many people face is strategy execution. Most people don't know how to mobilize themselves or the people in their lives or the people in their organization to break down those barriers or to solve those problems. Hence, this is why we have these kinds of communities that'll help give you the strategy. Stuff like this and constantly filling yourself with the right information help give you the strategies that you need to grow and develop and move forward, you know? Anybody else? Comments, questions? Whoop. I just had a wind blow through here. It's getting ready to get dark. It's getting dark in here. I get it so. Anybody else? Awesome. Y'all look like y'all need a nap. I was trying to keep y'all up and out. Tony Robbins said, get them to stand up. I see you yawning now. I don't have no more
Jules,
dance.
how did the shirts go? Did you launch them for Black Friday?
You talking to me?
Jules,
We can't hear you, daughter. What did you say?
sorry, Jules. I said, how did your Black Friday sale go? Did you launch the shirts?
No, I didn't. I actually, one of my brothers passed away, so
Oh, I'm
I
sorry to
don't
hear
know.
that. But I
So,
do, I like that black and white one, and I know me and my daughter will probably fight over who have which color, so we probably just need to order each one. But I really, if you do it in a jacket too, I love that print you had.
yeah, I'm gonna put them up. I'm working on that now, so I'll definitely
All
yeah,
right.
put them up.
I love it. Tonight I'll be back here. What time did I say I was coming back? I don't know if y'all can y'all handle some more today? Like, oh yes. Um it's 5:08 now, so I'm on time. Can we do give you 2 hours to kind of take a nap, and can you do 7:30? Let's do 7:30 to 9. I'll be back. And we'll go through systems, bring questions. While we're here, and so I can get the notes on it, what kind of systems? I want to maximize that time. What kind of systems do you guys feel like you need to put in place in your businesses? And can you unmute your mics and talk so that it can capture on my little virtual, my little AI assistant can capture.
How you use the emails, whatever you use that you quickly send out email blasts and text message blasts. It seems really easy, whatever you're using.
Gotcha.
And to capture like more.
Got you. Anybody else?
The system you use to track giving.
Giving systems. Okay, got you. Anybody else? Email is going to be a very important part. Very important part.
For me, it's branding because I get so lost when it comes to like branding.
Now, when you say branding, what is your challenge there?
I think just being out there on social media.
Got you. Now, there's social media. How many of you struggle with social media? Raise your hand. You struggle with social media. How many of you struggle with social media?
I struggle with Facebook.
I struggle, and then I don't like being on camera. I'm not fond of pictures or camera or anything of the sort. So
I believe that there are things for that now. There are some action steps you can take.
They got a whole bunch of AI sites that do the videos for you now and the voiceovers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, there are places, there are things that you can do to kind of cause growth in that area. It's something we can take a look at too. We'll talk about social tonight. 'Cause I think social is a good way to go. You got to be persistent, and I think even stepping out of your comfort zone, you got to get people's attention. Then the guy said, "Hey," he walked up in here like, no, but they're stepping out of comfort zone and building um, your brand is going to be phenomenal. Knowing how to put systems in place, and I think Anda said it best, having those right systems in place will help you kind of grow. Um, excuse me. Those systems in place will have you grow um, in a unique way. So we're going to cover a lot of that tonight in an hour and 30 minutes. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to start at 10 and get things going. This has been awesome. Are y'all having fun yet? Yeah. I'm going to try to get these replays out to you before the next session. So you can go ahead. Some of you missed the first session, or you may have missed something. You can go ahead and get that and have it available. In fact, let me go ahead and cut that off.